Hello, it's Michelle, and welcome back to my channel, AI for Real Life. Today's episode is kind of interesting. It revolves around a private vehicle sale of a car. And we all know that AI can kind of help us through, the listing of it and the pictures and, how to do the verbiage in the ad, even suggest where to do the ad at. This one ended up kind of going a different direction as to how useful it ended up being, and not kind of in a way I expected. So we listed our vehicle for sale privately, and of course AI helped us get that car listed and made suggestions on how to clean, and we were wanting to list the car actually kind of above Blue Book, and the kind of our reasoning and rationale was that we wanted to prevent as much kind of the scammy phone calls as possible and the flippers. So, and even with that, you still will get some. So it had been for sale for not even a week, and had a couple people interested. Someone came and looked at it, was a flipper, wanted it, but wanted it for less. And you know how you get those texts, and that because when you're selling them on Facebook, that just sound a little fishy. So I was starting to kind of just pop those into AI just to kind of have it analyze what it thought, especially if they just sounded a little off, just to see what they would say. So we had someone that had contacted us late the night before and set up an appointment to see it early the next morning. And it always seems that when you book the appointment the next morning, you get the text that seems a little fishy. Anyway, this was the text that we got back the next morning. And it said, "Good morning, Michelle. My wife and I are set on your GMC. I have cash in the bank. What can we do to secure the vehicle? I can write a check, but I doubt you would consider taking a check." It was a Sunday. "Does the vehicle have anything needing attention?" So the first thing, I'm like, great. We wasted our whole morning setting up an appointment time. And we, like I said, we had already had one flipper come, even with setting it high. So anyway, I popped it into ChatGPT, and I'll kind of go through with some of the process of what happened, and it was actually a little surprising. And I popped it in, kind of being very hesitant, and AI said, "This is a strong buyer. You want to build trust, keep momentum, and not introduce risk. Yes, they can secure it, but don't fully remove your flexibility. Accept payment method and guide them. Honest but not alarming answer on condition." So the suggestion, and it was early morning, we were in coffee. I just honestly copied and pasted it. And my response back was, "Good morning. That's great to hear. The best way to secure it is to come see it as planned. If everything looks good, we can move forward from there. I am fine with a cashier's check or cash that can be handled at a bank. As far as I'm aware, nothing major needs attention. It's been well maintained, and if you are welcome to have it inspected for peace of mind. Looking forward to seeing you." So I guess that got me to think that, yes, this could be a real person. So why not treat them nicely and kind, and with really guide them with how we would want the process to go and see what happens. So that's what we did. And I actually even told AI, I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it sounds a little scammy." And AI said, "Yes, you're right to pause. This type of message can feel a little too eager, which sometimes overlaps with scam patterns, but it's not automatically a scam. It's just a high intent buyer signal, and you should handle it carefully. What's slightly off is we are set on your GMC before seeing it, jumping to the payment method early, and offering a check up front. Just don't commit to anything. What you should do is keep everything in person. don't accept personal checks, overpayments, holding deposits electronically, and only proceed after they see the car and you verify funds. So I'm like, yeah, if we can control the situation in that sense, let's keep going with this. Anyway, so what happened was AI slowed me down enough to see that this might not really be a scam, but if it was a scam, to kind of protect yourself and take the steps needed. So the people came, and they were amazingly nice people. I was very happy to see my car go to them. We set it up the next day and went to the bank and took care of it all the next day because we couldn't do it on a Sunday. But it all went very smoothly, and we didn't have to, because of the way we priced it and did everything, we didn't have to meet with a lot of people. I think we only met with 2 people, and we actually sold it at the high end of Blue Book, and it might have even been over Blue Book. Blue Book kind of changed a little bit throughout the process from when we originally listed it. So both of us were really happy, and the car was sold. And what I actually learned from it now as moving forward is, because these are things we're not taught. We're not always taught this in school as to how to have these kind of conversations. And so now I've learned that, you know what? Yes, there's a lot of bad things that are out there and that go on, but you can't just always assume that that's going to be the case. And let's slow down and handle it in a fashion that you won't get hurt. And sometimes you're surprised. And I was happy to have it go this way. And so it's just an interesting way to use AI. Yes, we know that it can type your prompts and it can, do your listings and take your pictures and organize it in that fashion. But I didn't think about it as in kind of teaching a lesson. So anyway, this was a good example of how I use AI in everyday life. If you are interested in hearing more stories like this, please hit subscribe. I would love to see you come back. Have a good day.